Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you know about the other three prices that your prospects are thinking about whenever you give them a proposal? My name is Scott Simbucci, and I'm going to help you out, help you understand what those other three prices are. So right now I'm going to share my screen. And down below, what we're going to see is a whiteboard. This is a problem that I see all of the time. This is something that comes up in our webinars. It comes up with our clients in our coaching calls. It comes up in the workshops that we run. And the problem, the core problem that everyone has is, look, I send a proposal and my prospects go completely dark after I send it. We've had a couple conversations. They said, send me a proposal. I send them the proposal. And so the question is, hey, should I be discounting my price? Is it just too expensive? And if I lower my price, will it make it easier for them to say yes? Here's the thing, right? The answer is it's not about your price. There's two ways to think about this. And sort of the number one way, of course, that you want to think about this is that it's not about price, it's about value, right? And so if your customers, if your prospects are not seeing the value based on the price that you're sharing with them, of course, they're not going to take action. Everything that you should be doing, every sale that you should be undertaking should be based on return on investment, ROI, right? If you buy our product, you will get such and such back in terms of increased revenue, reduced cost, better efficiency, reduced risk, whatever that ROI is, right? That's the sort of basics. I think most of us know that. But here's the thing. There are three more prices that your customers are thinking about that have nothing to do with the amount of cash that they're going to give you. Let me explain this to you, okay? So when we think about price, we jot down, we type down in our proposal, hey, here's the solution that we're going to offer to you. It's 100 licenses at $50 per user, or it's a $10,000 a month recurring invoice, whatever that price is. We think of it in terms of cash, right? Because that's what people give us. They give us currency, right? But there's three other prices that your customers are thinking about that you haven't considered, okay? The first price that your customers have to pay is cost. More specifically, they're thinking in terms of opportunity cost. So when they spend that money with you, that is money they can't spend on other projects. And so while they tell you that this project is important, and while they tell you that this is a priority for them, they also have to assess what are the other 15 or 17 or 50 other projects that they could be investing this money to solving. And so yes, it's the amount of cash they're giving you, but it's also one of the first prices they're paying. In addition to the cash, they have to pay this opportunity cost off. They have to decide, as a manager of process, as a manager of systems, as a manager of problems, what else am I not solving if I choose to spend my money on this particular product, okay? So that's the first cost, or the first price. The second price that your customers have to pay are the consequences. Within specifically, what are the company consequences? If we implement this solution with you and it doesn't work, what's the price the company is going to pay for not having solved this problem? Because we will have invested not just the cash, but we'll also have invested the time and the resources, the people, to implement your solution. And worst of all, if it doesn't solve our problem, then we still have the problem, but we've only kicked the can down the road and presumably probably made it worse. So that's the second price your customers are thinking about when you're looking at whether or not to buy your product. They're saying, what's the price I'm going to pay if this thing doesn't work, okay? The third price that every single one of your decision makers has to pay is capital. And specifically what I'm talking about is not monetary capital. I'm talking about career and social capital. Because at the end of the day, whenever somebody makes a decision to buy your product, they then have to defend that product if it doesn't work. If it works great, they get all the credit. If it doesn't work, then they will have spent their social capital, and in some cases, depending on the size of the engagement, it's their social and career capital that they're putting on the line. So that's the third price that your customers are thinking about. So it's not about the cash that they're paying. yes, in some ways it is because they want to make sure they're getting their value back. But there are three other prices that your customers know they're going to have to pay. One is the opportunity cost of other projects that aren't getting done and the team that is now working on this project as opposed to others. The second is the company consequences that will be felt and paid if the product doesn't work and doesn't solve the problem they have. And the third price they're going to pay is the social capital, the career capital. So it's easy for us to say, well, we should just discount our price. It doesn't. The price in that sense doesn't matter unless we're able to address and clearly articulate for our target customer exactly how this opportunity cost is going to be mitigated, how we can ensure that the rollout and the implementation is going to solve their problem in a way that reduces their perceived risk of making the decision to working with us, and also make them feel confident down below that when they make this decision, it's going to work out for them personally. Okay. So look, I get these kinds of questions all the time. Like I said, I get them in webinars, I get them in workshops, and I get them from our clients in our weekly coaching calls. One of the things I want to do is answer more questions like this for you. And so this month and every month, we do what's called a live sales Q&A. I'm going to put the link to this live sales Q&A in the comments down below or in the post here. And if you have a sales question, any sales question, it can be about prospecting, it can be about working deals in your active pipeline, it could be about pricing like we're talking about here, it could be about lead generation, how to use LinkedIn. Whatever the questions that you have, I want to be able to answer them for you so that I can get you further along the path to growth. So that's my job here is, everything that we do here at Sales Quality is designed to help technology companies start up, ramp up, and scale up their sales. So if you want some more help, click on the link, join me for the live sales Q&A, and I'll answer your sales question that you've got. All right. So that's all I've got for you right now. I hope that was useful. Remember those three other prices that your customers have to pay whenever they're paying you. It's not just the cash. It's those other three prices you have to keep in mind. All right. That's it for now. This is Scott Sambucci signing off.